there. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Breakfast of Champions call. It's an honor to be here. Um, we're going to dive into some secrets today. And I wonder, have you ever struggled with recruiting in your network marketing business? Maybe you're prospecting, you're doing the do, and you feel like no one's joining. Or maybe you feel like people join, but they don't stick. And maybe you're looking around, you're like, man, all these other people, they're like exploding their business. Why am I not exploding the business? It's one thing to sell the product. You use the product, you share the product, fairly simple. But the art of recruiting is something that I struggled with for many, many years until I learned a couple of secrets that I want to share with you. That in the last couple of years now, I've realized there's patterns to how this works. And I have recruited, I can't believe I'm saying this personally, multiple seven-figure leaders, industry legends into the organization, and it's still continuing to happen. And I'm like, oh my gosh, some of these people they've done bigger businesses than I have. And I'm like, how is this going on? Well, success is all about principles, and that's what I want to share with you today. So if that sounds interesting to you, you might want to share this with somebody and lock in because I'm going to unveil these secrets today. Okay. So I want to remind you, though, that I started in this business 16 years ago now as a 19-year-old broke college student that never thought I could make a single penny, never thought I could enroll a single person. Like I was so shy I couldn't even order food at a restaurant. But what happened was I remember going to some of my first trainings and my mentors taught me some valuable secrets. And they told me this. And they said, number one, when it comes to recruiting, why would someone want to work with you if they don't want to be like you? So I realized that there was an aspect of inspiration to the recruiting process. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. It's not just about inviting and prospecting a bunch of people, which of course you have to do, but it really is about who are we? A second principle I learned was this is that in the marketplace, in your business, you get paid according to the value that you bring to the marketplace. So, when it comes to your network marketing business, if you want amazing people to join your team, instead of just wanting it, the question is why would they join you? Why would they join your business? What kind of value are you producing there? So, today I want to unpack three aspects on how you too can bring maximum value to the marketplace, to your team, so you can recruit like a pro. You ready for this? Okay. So, point number one is this: how do you become a person of maximum value? It starts here, and the word is inspiration. Inspiration. Here's the question that goes along with it: would your people want to be like you? I want to write that down. Would your people want to be like you? Now, this doesn't mean like literally copy your lifestyle. For example, I am a 36-year-old Asian male. I recruit all different types of people, but a lot of people these days are women and moms that I'm recruiting. Obviously, they don't want to be a James Zhang, but what are the aspects in my life that they can be inspired by? Okay. Here's an aspect of inspiration. Number one, vision. Vision. John Maxwell, leadership guru, says this: law of the lid. Leaders join other leaders that have greater vision than their own. If you want to recruit a seven-figure leader, but your goals are only six figures, that's going to be really tough because naturally leaders aspire to follow others that are greater than themselves when it comes to their vision. So I want to challenge you and encourage you. What is your vision? If you had a dream prospect right now, your dream partner, and they came up to you and they asked you point blank, what are your goals? What are your goals? What's your vision? What do you see for yourself in this business? Would they be inspired by you? All right. I was chatting with somebody that we just partnered with. Shout out to Miss Annika. Um, I was chatting with her yesterday and very grateful. She said yes here and said yes to us. And I shared with her yesterday on my phone. I literally have on my vision board in our company that our team is going to be number one in the world. Like literally, it's on my phone. And why? It's not because I want to be number one. I don't care for that. I want to give God all the glory personally. But what I know in order for me to inspire others, I need to have a God sized goal. I need to have a vision that is so big, it can encapsulate everyone else's vision. So, what's your vision for your business? What's your vision for your life? What's your vision for your team? And let me challenge you a little bit. It's okay to have selfish goals. It's okay to say, I want to make X amount. But if your goals are not so big that others' goals can be encapsulated into it, I would challenge you to dream bigger, challenge you to expand your vision. So, are they inspired by you? Another aspect of inspiration is not just having your vision, though. Another aspect is your lifestyle. How do you live? How do you live? People are looking for people that they can aspire to be like. So, for example, how do you actually navigate your priorities in your life? Are you the type that's stressed out all the time, that it feels like all heaven and hell is breaking loose? It feels like you never have enough time in a day. It feels like your family's falling apart because you're struggling to juggle all the balls. Like, how do you run your day? How do you run your life? So for me, I'm very big on priorities. So for me, it's faith first, family, and then finances after. It's important that as a person, you exemplify not just success in your business, but success in your life. Because remember, your network marketing business is simply a vehicle to get someone to what they want. And what people really don't want, they don't want to make millions of dollars. They want the life attached with that. So, are you showcasing that in your actual priorities? If someone were to hang out with you every day, would they see, wow, their priorities match what my priorities would be? For me, I prioritize every day and I struggle, definitely, but I tried it. I'm like, my family is so important to me. Am I loving my wife better today? Right? Am I loving my baby? Am I cherishing that? Do I love my relationships? Do I care about my health? I prioritize health greatly. Am I an example of what growth looks like in a hyper life? Okay. So, how do you inspire? You have a vision that can encapsulate what their visions are. And number two, I have a lifestyle and philosophies where when people see those philosophies, they can align with that and they can be inspired by that because they're like, wow, I want to live like that. Does that make sense? These are things that are free, by the way, that you can work on. Lifestyle doesn't mean you have to go travel around the world making tons of money. I'm not talking about flaunting stuff. I'm talking about what you prioritize and how you choose to live. Okay. Number two, on becoming a person of immense value is trust. Trust. Here's the question with this: can they count on you? Jot that down as a note or throw it in the chat. Can they count on you? You see, recruiting is not this sale, one time sale. Recruiting is not this, okay, I'm going to go send out all these messages. I'm going to call a bunch of these people. Of course, we have to invite and put them in front of presentation and follow up. Of course. Guys, recruiting is not signing someone up. I don't consider that a recruit. Recruiting, the art of sponsorship, is you're partnering with someone. You're choosing to say, we're going to go build a major dream together. We're going to go build a multi-generational business. We're going to go make huge impact around the world. You're recruiting a partner. You're not just selling somebody. You have to shift this mindset. So if you're recruiting a partner, what's going on, everyone? If you're recruiting a partner, well, can they count on you? That's what they're asking, right? If we're going to do big things together, if we're going to spend years together, can I trust you? Can I count on you? What does that mean? Here's a couple aspects to it. I believe it first starts with integrity. Integrity. Can people trust that you're a man or a woman of your word? Can they trust that you're the type of person with a character that tells the truth and you're honest? Or do they feel like you're the one that you're not exactly living in alignment? Maybe you're on stage one way, on social media one way, but behind the scenes, you're another way. I think it's so important. Integrity, the root word of integrity is integer. Integer, it starts as a Greek word. Integer, one, two, three, four, like whole numbers, right? Integer means whole. So can they tell that you're somebody that is authentically you? So one thing that I've realized is people are looking for that. People are looking for people they can trust. How do you build integrity? Well, always aim to tell the truth, right? Just be honest. That also means like I don't flaunt things up, I don't hype things up. I give legitimate things. I make promises I believe I can keep. But you know what integrity also means? Integrity also means that, and this is probably one of the hardest things for leaders to have. When you make a mistake, are you ready to own up to it? I'll give you an example. This happened very recently. I was doing a call for somebody, their team. I'm very big on punctuality. There's another one, by the way. Are you a person that's always on time? Or do you treat time seriously? All right. Um, so I was scheduled to be a speaker at this event. They were promoting it. And I honestly did not put it in my calendar. And I was late. And I felt so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm late. I made it, but it wasn't on time. Like it was stressful for this situation. And I could have just played it off. Hey, things happen. But I told the leader of this call afterwards, I'm like, honestly, my bad. I somehow didn't program it into my calendar. I missed it. I overslept. And I'm going to do something to make it up. When you own up to your mistakes, especially when you're honest about where you slip and you're vulnerable as a leader, people can trust that, right? People can trust, they're like, wow, they're real. We all make mistakes, right? We all fall short. So that's what develops integrity. So trust is huge. Let me give one more aspect of trust. How do you develop trust? How do you really feel about people? You know what people are looking for now? They're looking for people that actually authentically care about others, not just in their words, but also in their actions. Are you showing your people that you care about them more than just the sale? Are you showing that you care about your people as a person, not just a business partner? I always tell people this, that regardless if we're partners or not, I care about you first as a fellow son or daughter of God. I care about you as a friend first. When we talk, I want to know about your family. I care about that. The business will follow. Okay. So think to yourself, how am I actually prioritizing relationships in my life? And am I authentic in them? And am I a person of integrity? Can I be trusted? Let me give one more aspect here. If you make a promise, will you deliver on it? If you tell them, I will get you an answer to this question you gave me on the business or the product, do you actually come back to them? Right? Are you actually keeping your word on things? And they count even with the smallest of things. All right. Hope this makes sense so far. We're talking about how to become a massive person of value that you can recruit no problem. Okay. Number one is inspiration. Number two is trust. Last one. The word is savings. And the question is, how much savings do you help with your people? How much do you help save for your people? See, value can come in the arena of saved time, saved money, saved energy. We live in a society now that we want convenience. For example, who here shops on Amazon? I shop on Amazon all the time. Literally, there's probably a package on my doorstep almost every day now. You know why? They have mastered convenience. They made it easy for me to find what I want. They made it easy for me to pay for what I want. And they made it super easy for me to actually get the product that I want to return. Like they are masters of convenience because time is more valuable than money. You can always make more money, but you can't get more time. So why don't we be the Amazon of network marketing, of business, of leadership? So, how do you make your lives of your people more convenient? Think to yourself this. I always think if someone's to work with me, I'm going to make their life as smooth as possible with everything I'm in control of so they can get to where they want to get to as quickly and easily as possible. Okay. How do you do this in your network marketing business? What does it actually look like? Okay. Uh, who do you know in your business? One thing I've realized is I want to be the person that can help solve someone's problem. And of course, we should constantly continue to learn ourselves product, business, comp. Like, I think I should always be a constant student, right? But it's not just about being the person with the answer, at least be the person that knows the person with the answer. So when I'm in a corporate setting, one thing that that I found that gives me tremendous value to people is I've built relationships with all the people that can answer all the questions. And anyone can do this. So just yesterday, we were on a call in our company. Our vice president of health and nutrition, our product person, her name is Barbara Cox Lovesey. Had an amazing call with her. Early on, years ago, I started building a relationship with her. She's corporate, I'm field. Genuine relationship. Because I knew I'm like, she knows all the answers to the product stuff. So I should probably know this person. Why? If you want to recruit major leaders, they want answers. So I started building a relationship. I started bringing on some calls. I started following her stuff. I started paying attention. Right? Are you connecting with the corporate executives? Think about it this way. If you're going to be a 6 or 7 figure earner in your company, don't you think the corporate founders and executives would want to get to know you? Question, let's flip it on this. If you had a 6 or 7 figure earner that was in your team, wouldn't you want to get to know them? They become priority. So if you know that's your goal, then it's wise for you to start developing these relationships. So how do you develop these relationships? Are you going to the events? Are you showcasing that you're someone consistent, you're bought into the vision? Are you showing up to the calls? It's not hard to stand out in life, by the way, guys. Like, just do a little bit more than what the average person is doing. Zoom call. Am I on camera when I'm with these people? Am I in the chats? Am I dressed up enough? You don't have to be in a gown or a suit and tie, but do I showcase that I'm serious, that I'm a player in the game? These little things that you can do that are free allow you to really start showing up. They want to see consistency. They want to see someone that collaborates. Here's another thing on how to gain trust from corporate, by the way. Adopt their goals and run their promotions. If I'm looking at corporate as a partner and they throw out a promotion, an incentive, an initiative, their goal becomes my number one goal. And I want to be the number one advocate for that. Is this helping, by the way, guys? This is literally what I do. This is how I know I've developed a lot of value. This is how I know I've been able to recruit legends because I've realized what it takes to have value. Okay. Value with corporate. What's another thing to have value with? How about value of relationships within your actual network marketing company? One thing I've really realized is the power of collaboration. All right. I'm not just about only, it has to be me. I don't have to be the guy. I don't want to be the guy. But I've also developed really strong relationships across the entire field. I regularly connect with Crosslines. I'm loving on their post. I'm genuine when I see and I give them praise and we collaborate. I offer any type of value because I want to build good relationships because you never know when you need someone's help. But you do this early on when you don't need it. So now it's to the point now, if I wanted anyone in my company to come onto a call to do something, I can ask a question. They're like, no questions asked, we'll go do that. So everywhere I'm just building relationships. And by the way, this isn't just with the big leaders. I just want to build relationships with everyone because I love people. You never know when you need someone's connection, but your value comes down to your network. Okay. So here's some opportunities there. So you can help save people time by knowing the right people so you can actually connect people and get answers done. All right. Um, here's one more aspect. And I'll end this last point with this one. This one's so big. Do you save your people stress? Can we all agree we are stressed out these days? There's a bajillion things to worry about. Okay. You know why people want to come into network marketing? What I've realized, yes, they want an opportunity. Yes, they want a good product. But seriously, you know why people come into network marketing? They want an escape from their stressful, sometimes mundane, repetitive lives. They're with their kids and they love them, but man, the kids drive them nuts sometimes. They go to work, they don't like what they do, they don't feel like they're on purpose. They feel like their boss is not recognizing them, not valuing them. They're like, oh, I want to get out of this. Right? Like they have so many stressors in life, finances and health, and a lot of stuff is just hitting us all the time. So you know what you can be someone's antidepressant. You might want to write that down. Be someone's stress reliever. So the biggest thing that I do, that I know, that I help save people is stress. So when I talk to someone, this is what I always think. How do I make sure that they get off feeling better about themselves? How do I make sure that when they talk to me, they feel more calm, more at peace? How do I make sure that when they talk to me, they feel like they're secure, they're loved, they're seen, they're valued? That's all most people want. And if you do that, people will unlock their gifts. I did another call that talked about loving people into their potential. But I want to save you so much stress. I want to make sure that when we talk, you know that I never bring drama to the table. You're never going to hear me complain to you. You're never going to hear me blame you. You're always going to hear when I talk to you, I'm open arms, I'm open ears, I'm open hearts because I love you. I want to hear you. I want to understand. I want to see how we can solve the problems. But the biggest thing I know I can do is at least I can save you stress. And if people look at you as that type of person, they can trust you with that and they trust your character, your honesty, your integrity, and they're inspired by your vision and your lifestyle. I'm telling you, they're going to always choose you over anyone else because network marketing is not tough, guys. The business is the business. You market, you promote, there's systems, there's the thing's the thing. As long as you choose a good company, you have some systems in place, you don't need anybody. But if you become the person that people want to partner with, which is free and anyone can do, you will see how you don't have to force people to join. You'll see how people become attracted to you. You'll see how you have this opportunity where people are like, I want to partner with you because you became a person of massive value. So I end it with this. Remember, this is somebody that I struggled with recruiting for so long. This is somebody that when I started network marketing, I convinced myself that I could never recruit in my entire life. In this last year alone, I think we've enrolled multiple seven-figure earners now personally. We have the honor of collaborating with some of the most incredible people that I pinch myself every day that they said yes to working together. I consider it an honor, a privilege. It keeps me up nights. It keeps me up in the morning. Keeps me up throughout the day because I'm like, how do we continue to deliver the best value in the world? And it gets me so fired up because anyone here can become that massive person of value as well too. You take these, you run with it. I'm telling you, you will never have a recruiting problem in your life. That's not an issue. So if you're down to take this challenge, let me know on the comments or in your chats or whatever. And you might want to share this as well too. We have all these replays on our bocpodcast.com. Other than that, I can't wait to hear your amazing stories of the amazing people that are coming into your business and your life as well too. Let's become people of massive value, of inspiration, trust, and to help save people a lot of stress. Other than that, champions, proud of you. I'll toss it back to you. God bless. Bye-bye.